Hi everybody, welcome to Stars and Pearls, and this video is on clairsentience, and we're gonna dive right in. It's part two in the series on the our psychic senses and how we can perceive life from a higher vibrational frequency. So of course, all of us have these abilities, and for some they're stronger, and for others they're not as strong, but they can be trained. And it all depends on your life purpose and your life journey and your soul growth path, how these abilities come in for you, how you utilize them, what you're supposed to do with them, right? So don't feel like this is something special that only special people have. It's true that certain people have a heightened ability or a heightened gift, just like any other talent, like dancing, singing, music. Not everybody's going to be Beyonce, but right, it doesn't mean that you don't have it at all. Because most times, and that's what I teach in my psychic development groups, most times people utilize these abilities unconsciously. And what I'm trying to do with these videos and with my psychic development groups is to help people do it consciously and noticing when these informational fields are playing in their lives, so that they can have a more balanced perspective on themselves and their lives, and also make more balanced decisions, just move through life more happily. Floaty, floaty. Okay. Anyhow, clairsentience. Clair means clear, as you guys I'm sure already know, and sentience means feeling. It means being conscious of or being aware of, right? So it's it really flows in through your body. Like your body is an antenna, and your body is receiving all kinds of information all the time from multiple arenas simultaneously. You're seeing colors, you're smelling things, you're sometimes you taste things, even if you're just walking through somewhere, you can taste that pizza before you get there, right? You're even feeling the air pressure, the air on your skin, the air pressure in your lungs. And as your body feels that, it regulates your entire system, right? So we're constantly pulling in information. That's just on the physical level to survive. You're hungry, you're thirsty. But on the other levels, you're picking up what somebody's wearing, what somebody's saying, how somebody's responding to. You're picking up emotional energies. You're picking up a world. We live in a sea of information. This is why it's so important to also meditate, especially when you're trying to develop these abilities, these other senses, in order to bring balance in your being, right? So that you can be still and reflective like that lake. So have as clear a picture as possible. In any case, clairsentience is the awareness that is based basically in your empathy, your emotional body, and your physical body. So clairsentience plays often, this is probably the most common clair of people. Um, Clairsentience plays well with all the other clairs as well. So if you're picking up something clairvoyantly, your clairsentience is likely playing a part in that. You're hearing something clairaudiently, your clairsentience is likely playing a part in that. So all the other things, clairsentience pops up and goes, "Hey, I'm here. I'm getting info too. Look over here." So what clairsentience does, if we're coming from the empathy level, so empaths can be clairsentients are always empaths, but empaths are not necessarily taking it to the clairsentient level. What's the difference between empathy and clairsentience? Well, both of them can pick up on the emotions and feelings of other people. They pick up on atmospheres, they pick up on energy fields, because again, your body is the antenna, right? But with empathy, we're kind of aligning ourselves to those people and to that energy and to that emotional field that we walk into or get into. And we're feeling what they're feeling, and we're having empathy with that. But it doesn't necessarily take it to the next level, which is what clairsentience does. Clairsentience can pick up on emotions and feelings and patterns and feelings in your body as well. Feeling as if you've had a leg that was amputated. If you're clairsentiently picking up on someone who's deceased, for example, with an amputated leg, or you're feeling it in your gut. You're receiving the information through your gut chakra, your solar plexus chakra, on past over loved ones or other informational fields, but it also comes in with information about that person that you're picking up on or that situation that you're picking up on. Empathy, not necessarily. Empathy, you're empathizing with what they're going through, you're connecting with that, you're feeling it, you get it. But clairsentience, you are getting additional information. You're picking up on everything around that too. So you're picking up on the connections, you're picking up on items and things, personality descriptions, possibly undiagnosed illnesses, all kinds of things, right? And it's at a distance as well. So whereas empathy is usually tied to local, so the person that you're actually, or the situation that you're actually in, clairsentience, you can be minding your business and eating at a restaurant, and all of a sudden you're getting a flash in your body that a plane just went down somewhere. Done. You're feeling this totally in your body. You're getting the goosebumps, and you just know this is how it's playing with cognizance together. That something just terrible happened, or you're getting that gut feeling. You're not feeling like your child is in a safe place, or. So this is information that comes in through the body, and so how do you know if you're clairsentient? Well, usually clairsentients are the ones who walk in and read the room. They immediately pick up on the energy space in the room, and they have to really watch their moods because their moods can be affected by the energies that way they walk into. So if you're going shopping, you start off and you're in a great mood and you end up in the store and all of a sudden your mood just tanks. Then it might not be you, it might be the person that you just walked by. It might be the energy in the store in general, the work environment or atmosphere. Again, it usually goes in with information. So most savvy clairsentients will know why they're feeling the way they're feeling. So another thing is that you tend to be very boundaried. You like to keep your boundaries, and you probably have a hard time allowing people, certain people, to touch you. You're one of those that are like, "Oh, I love you, but don't touch me." And just don't put your energy stuff on me. You probably have learned to have stronger boundaries. If you don't, then you're probably someone who is energetically supportive, unfortunately, to other people, where you're always the one that is building them up, putting them up again, setting them back on their feet, giving them energy to do certain things, where they bank on your empathy a little bit as well. If you're clairsentient, you're probably drained by the energies around you easily as well. So you really are careful and mindful where you go, who you hang with. That's another real important thing for clairsentience, is that their well-being, their mental health, their emotional health is deeply connected and tied to the people that they surround themselves with. So, I mean, that goes for anybody, anywhere, at any time, but clairsentience, because they're such feely people, it's double. So you'd have to be really careful about the people that you hang with, because just by nature of your being, you allow their flow to kind of influence you and direct your life. You have a heightened sense of feeling perception. So you probably are more the person to say, I feel that this is true, or I feel that this is so, or I'm feeling myself react to this, I'm feeling myself pick up on this. And you're probably more focused on your feelings than what you're actually thinking. And you, especially when you're going into emotional things, you're trusting your feelings more than what your mind is telling you to think. Um, if you're clairsentient, then you're, like I keep saying, your body is an antenna. So you really have to take care of your body, because it's constantly channeling all these energies. So you might have little things that act up now and then. So little hiccups here and there, digestive issues, knee issues, joint issues, eyesight issues. Mostly I find people have the digestive stuff, right? So you might be intolerant to a variety of foods, but what it's really reflecting is the information that you're taking in isn't for you. The field that you're living in isn't for you. And that's easy to recognize, but not always the easiest thing to change. So it manifests in your body. Now, this is not a medical thing, okay? So don't take it as a diagnosis or what have you. Make sure you take care of yourself physically. But when we're looking from the perspective of how your body manifests imbalances, that is definitely one to look at. Then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You need nature. You definitely need nature to help you balance out, to release energies, to come back to center. Meditation is good. Working out is good. Music is good. Art to express the energies that you're picking up on, and also the energies on the subtle levels that don't even make it to your conscious mind, but they're there, they're doing their work there. And you want to be able to shake it all off. Like, this is super important for you that you have a real energy hygiene procedure, because once again, these other energies, as I said in clairaudience, can get into you, and it becomes so normal to you that you think it's your energy. You think this is your problem, your issue, your imbalance. Clairsentience often also is confused. I think it's one of the most confused clairs with coping mechanisms, right? So people will be like, oh, I feel this and this and this, but what's actually happening is their coping mechanism is flaring up, which is keeping them or self-sabotaging or sabotaging them from moving into something that is actually benevolent or beneficial for them. So, and they'd rather not face that fear or that boundary, and they think it's clairsentience, that, oh, this is my gut feeling, but it's not a gut feeling, it's a coping mechanism. So developing this clair is really one of the most self-improving things that you can do, because you have to develop a clear connection to your emotional body. You have to know what you feel. You have to know what situations evoke what feelings in you. You have to get to know your emotional language. And so that's the biggest thing to start off with if you want to develop this, Claire, and really get it stronger, is learn how you feel, right? How you feel in certain situations. Pay attention to that. And don't be afraid to sit with the more uncomfortable feelings, right? So let's say you have a test at school, or you have your driving test coming up or whatever, but you're feeling really uncomfortable, sit with that. You see a picture of someone, it makes you feel uncomfortable, sit with that. You think a thought about something, go about your day, and then 10 minutes later, you're feeling kind of woozy. Think about what you thought about, who you connect with, and sit with that. You have a whatever it is that comes up for you, really get to know your emotional responses, reactions, feelings, what feels like for you. That would be step number one. Meditation, of course, to calm your inner waters would be step number two, because the choppy waters will give you choppy interpretations of what you're picking up on. Again, triggering coping mechanisms rather than a true perspective or insight or flash of information. Um, Another thing that you can do with clairsentience to develop that is psychometry. Super, it's one of the most basic but successful exercises that you can do to develop clairsentience, because you're only holding that item that belongs to someone else or belong to someone else. You're holding that in your hand. For those of you that don't know what psychometry is, it's reading the recording of the energies stored in items that people have had for a while, because we all leave energy traces, right? Wherever we go, you can feel the energy in the walls. You can read the energy in the body as well. If you guys are energy healers, you'll know this. The stories pop up out of the body that have been stored in the body, but also in items and things. So you can have a necklace, for example, that someone wore, that your grandmother wore. And if you bring that to a medium or to a clairsentient, they're able to hold the necklace and really read the energies that have been stored in there, and through that gain a connection to further insights about the person that they're connecting with through this. So psychometry is one of the best ways to develop clairsentience, because again, your body is the antenna, so you're really paying attention to your body. I'm feeling like kind of trapped and I can't move. I'm feeling like I'm female. I'm feeling a little bit sad and heavy. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling like I'm married. I'm feeling like this is 50 years ago. I'm wearing a clothing piece that looks from 50 years ago. I feel like da 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 da. So it's to get a clear read though, it's imperative, like I said, that you understand your emotional being, your emotional body. You keep your energy clear, and that you understand that you set boundaries. Now, the more boundaried you are in your real life, so the outside life, by nature of that, because everything begins on the other side before it manifests here, you're going to be more boundaried in the spirit world as well, which is absolutely imperative if you are clairsentient. So you also don't feel the taps on your shoulders, the pulls on your hair. You can set your boundaries if you're one of those that are really feeling it every time spirit moves through the room. And that'll definitely help you yeah, move through your life a little bit better. Um, so clairsentience is one of the most beautiful ones as well, because it really allows us to connect with someone. It's a very intimate clair. It allows you to really connect intimately with the person that you love or people that you love. It allows you to really express love on this planet and communicate in a frequency of love, because you are me and I am you and we're all one, right? So that's clairsentience. It can really connect you to people, places, things, situations at any time, any dimension, any place. The information comes in, bam, and you have it. And you can literally feel it. So the same thing goes if you're developing clairsentience for mediumship. Again, psychometry is another thing, is really good to develop that, but also pay attention to your body and what you're feeling while you're doing mediumship to pick up on additional information from the spirit that you're connecting to. This is not allowing the spirit to channel through you. That is something else. It is simply allowing a further channel of information to open so that you can access a deeper connection as well. Important for clairsentience is the open heart, open solar plexus, and yeah, open heart, open solar plexus, and that's pretty much it. It's a very straightforward clair. You'll know it if you have it, and it's very direct. So you'll absolutely feel it. No ifs, whens, buts, and it's probably, like I said, one of the more common ones. Okay, well, if you have any questions regarding this, Claire, or you feel I omitted something, I think I covered everything regarding it. It's the higher sense of touching, of course, right? So even when we touch people and we're clairsentient, we're going to pick up on, those people that hold your hands before they give you a reading, or it's or healers, right, that touch you or have their hands over you, laying on of hands. You might pick up energies through that, and again, gain insight, information, knowledge about person, place, or thing in front of you via your body signals. Okay, so you can feel it anywhere in your body. You can feel like, oh, I feel like this person had a migraine or a headache. Oh, I feel that this person had shoulder issues. Or sometimes it'll mirror, especially if you're sitting across from someone, and sometimes they'll have issues on their right half of the body, and it will show up because the energy is coming towards you on your their right side is your left side. Sorry, and their left side is your right side, right? So it could be that it mirrors, so you'll have to figure out how that works for you and when it's on point and when it's kind of flipped. And but otherwise it's you'll feel it in your body right away. Okay, so this is why it's also important and imperative that you clear the sensation out of your body, and this is where nature comes in. All kinds of clearing and grounding techniques. As I said in part one, it's important that you ground before you go into these exercises and into this work, because Otherwise, you easily perceive and pick up on things that you believe are yours, but are not necessarily yours, but you incorporate them in your consciousness and in your way of perceiving life, going about life, doing things in life, and then they manifest in your life, although they're not even yours to work with or manifest. So it's important that you do that. There have been cases of in shamanic healing, it's known that, especially the shamans that remove cancer, for example, they know what they're doing by that point, hopefully, but there have been cases that have manifested that illness as a result. Um, it's yeah, up to you how far you go with it, but I find it super important to like flush everything out again. So images of white light, violet flame, Archangel Michael, walking in nature, shaking it off like a dog, stomping it out with your feet, releasing, telling spirit, okay, back off. I don't need that much information. Thank you. This is enough. I got the idea. Is super important because you don't want that imprint in your consciousness, because in these realms, what has been seen cannot be unseen. Okay, what you have learned cannot be unlearned. So it's that's pretty much it. Okay, Clairsentience, have fun with it. Run around, and you can go even into haunted castles, haunted homes, touch things and just pick up on it and see, do the psychometry. Go into your friend's house and say, okay, don't tell me, don't tell me. Just walk through the rooms and feel the energy in each room and see what the walls tell you based on what you feel in your body. You can do so much fun stuff with this. So have fun, enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.